Hey guys, this is Frozen Joe here to do another fig video review, and the variety I'm reviewing today is LSU Purple. And here it is. Here's my LSU Purple tree. As you can see, it's a pretty good sized tree. It's a very strong grower. In fact, I would say it's been growing like a weed, to be quite honest. I went and I got this tree from Edible Landscaping in the fall of 2010, and I planted it in this spot here in the spring of 2011. And you can see, it's gotten to be quite large, and it keeps crowding out what's planted next to it. And I've pruned it back a few times, and it just keeps growing. It just grows like a weed. So it's probably my strongest grower, actually. And it's very prolific in terms of the fruit. You can see there's quite a bit of fruit on it. There seems to be fruit on it just over a really long period. It's an ever-bearing variety, in my opinion. It starts producing fruit here, ripening fruit, like early June, and the tree just keeps going until it goes dormant, like late November, early December, and it always has fruit on it. So it's definitely ever-bearing. This tree has like everything about it. Seems like it's great, like it should be an awesome tree, but the problem I keep having with it is that I'm really not a big fan of the fruit on this tree here. Take a couple. I just find the flavor of this fruit is really not very good. Not very good at all, to tell you the truth. So let me see here. I pulled a couple of fruit. Let me take a look. Generally the eye is very closed, tight and closed on this. Although this one you can see it has like an open eye. But that's been happening lately on them. I'm not sure why, but for most of the year, the eye's been very tight and closed on these. Some of these have been getting burnt by the sun and drying up a little bit too. And I think because I've been scaling back on my water a bit as we're getting later in the year, and that may be part of what's going on here. But even when I was watering this very abundantly, for the most part, the fruit has been pretty disappointing. Here's what it looks like on the inside for me in my yard. That's a better view. It tends to be kind of dark amber with like some rosy pinkish sort of stuff going on in the center there. Medium-sized fig. Usually has a tight eye. Some of them have an open eye like lately, but generally it's been a tight closed eye. And the fig, it's almost always has good sweetness. That one's nice and sweet. And texture is generally pretty good on these. But this one's not that bad. But generally I find the flavor is not very good on this fruit. It's just been kind of a disappointing fig for me. I'll get a few off of these. Every year it seems like, at least the last couple of years, get a few figs off this tree that the figs are really nice and soft and sweet and juicy and great flavor. And I think, oh, that's great. Now it's going to start giving me really good fruit. And seems like those really good figs are just an anomaly. Most of the fruit on this tree is pretty off flavored, in my opinion. Not very good quality at all. So there it is, LSU Purple. It's been a bit of a disappointment for me. Very healthy, strong grower. Lots of fruit over a long season. Just keeps pumping them out. But the fruit quality, I'm not a fan of the way this fruit tastes. It just has kind of an off, unappealing, bland, weird flavor to me. I'm just not a fan of it. Hopefully it improves. Has a reputation that it's supposed to improve over time. My tree here has a few years now under its belt, and the fruit, I'm still just not too happy with the fruit at all. I'll probably prune it back real hard this winter and see, give it another year or two and see, maybe if it's pruned back aggressively and there's not as much fruit trying to ripen all at once, that the quality will be better. I'll give that a try. But so far, not so good. LSU Purple.